For nearly a decade, Brooklyn's art collective Mischief has thrived on chaos and controversy. Founded in 2016 by Gabriel Whaley, Mischief made headlines with bizarre limited edition drops, from Nike Jesus shoes filled with holy water to 666 pairs of Satan shoes.
Rapper Lil Nas X had a hell of a weekend, releasing a limited line of 666 Satan shoes, custom Nike sneakers that have a drop of human blood in them.
Each selling out almost instantly. Vogue Business calls Mischief a cultural engine that turns critique into commerce, with every product drop acting like a mini manifesto. Now, in 2025, Mischief is channeling its almost disrespectful energy into a new venture, Applied Mischief, a creative agency built to bring that same brand of mischief energy to other companies. The Mischief name itself is literally an acronym for miscellaneous mischief, a fitting label for a company that never stops tinkering with culture. In its early days, founder Gabriel Whaley tested the internet's appetite for absurdity. He first sold a single $1 packet of bad advice on Twitter, then built a prank Snapchat site that only worked after 11 p.m., both going viral by design. By 2018, Mischief had formalized into a new fully fledged collective, releasing a new product or drop roughly every 2 weeks. These releases ran the gambit, from shiny art installations to parody collectibles, anything that could spark conversation. Crucially, each drop proved that even the wildest ideas can capture attention and sell out, setting Mischief apart as a culture hacking lab. Mischief pioneered a drop-driven scarcity model. Every product release is extremely limited, often selling out in minutes. As high sobriety notes, Mischief's model turns everything they do into gold. Almost all their drops sell out almost immediately. This engineered scarcity creates massive FOMO. Each sale becomes an event that keeps Mischief in the news cycle. But scarcity is just a setup. Mischief embeds conceptual narratives into every release. Vogue Business describes their product drops as mini manifestos, inviting consumers into the statement behind the stunt. Rather than bland ads, each Mischief drop comes with a story. The Birkenstocks sandals or the Jesus shoes aren't just products, they're punchlines and cultural critiques made real. Each release upends expectations and makes the audience a part of the joke, not just a target. Mischief's branding is deliberately disruptive. They remix familiar logos and products in unexpected ways, from tainted luxury designs to hack sneakers, creating instant media spectacle. This guerrilla-style branding shocks viewers and dominates headlines. Even lawsuits, like Nike's injunction over the 666 Satan shoes, became free PR for Mischief.
Wow, a Satan shoe, that is pretty bold even for Nike. But now the company's saying in a statement it had nothing to do with the shoes, and Nike's suing.
In every case, the disruption itself reinforces Mischief's image as an audacious culture hacker. Crucially, Mischief taps into the zeitgeist. They choose themes that resonate with internet and pop culture. For example, the Persistence of Chaos project, a laptop loaded with 6 notorious computer viruses, sold at auction for $1.3 million. Livestream malware as a performance art. Other drops riffed on cryptomania, blur money, social media trends, a TikTok-shaped staircase in 2022, and celebrity culture. By aligning their Mischief with current memes and issues, Mischief makes sure the chaos feels timely, and not just a bunch of random stunts. In summary, Mischief's playbook blends limited supply and big ideas. Each drop is marketing at its most creative. Scarcity drives demand, narrative gives it context, disruption makes it memorable, and cultural relevance keeps it fresh. It's a hybrid of art and advertising few brands could pull off. Mischief did, carving out a unique niche as both artist and marketer. So it brings us to today. In August 2025, Mischief announced Applied MSCHF, a formal creative agency. The aim? To package the internal chaos that drove their wildest projects into services for a few chosen clients. Vogue Business reports the launch is a natural evolution of the collective. In press materials, Mischief vows to reject the churn and predatory language of traditional advertising and instead create tangible cultural output with depth, performance, and power. Applied MSCHF is structured to operate in two ways. As a white label studio, powering a brand's projects behind the scenes, with Mischief's, let's say, non-traditional practices up front. In practice, they help clients transform half-formed Mischief ideas into concrete campaigns. Co-creative director Lucas Bentel explains that when brands come in to see them, they've usually already tried to cook up a Mischief idea. The agency's role is to refine things into real things that people actually interact with, using the brand's own culture as raw material. In other words, Applied Mischief isn't writing fake ads. It's mining each company's genuine role and culture to invent new products and narratives. Demand for this kind of Mischief is already high. Mischief reports that even before launching, we've had more brand requests hitting our desks than we can realistically take on. Clients range from tech companies to transit agencies, even space agencies. It seems as if they dream up projects, scaling up public transit, buildings, and even satellites. This busy docket suggests many brands are curious about hijacking Mischief's playbook. Throughout, Mischief emphasizes that this is still about creativity, not corporate conformity. As Wisner puts it, Applied Mischief exists really just to selfishly fuel our own creative ambitions.
Oh, they're an art collective, or they're a brand, or they're anarchists, or they're total sellouts. But personally, Mischief is just an excuse to get away with everything.
They're essentially offering to bring their toy box to a bigger playground. Whether or not their agency venture lasts, the pivot itself proves that Mischief's chaos and strategy aren't contradictions. They're two sides of the same coin, the same essential coin. This Mischief approach stands in stark contrast to conventional advertising. Traditional agencies often rely on tried and true templates and safe messaging, tactics that can feel stale to today's audience. A case in point, Pepsi's infamous 2017 commercial. It showed Kendall Jenner brokering peace between protesting crowds and police by offering a can of soda. Audiences immediately saw it as tone deaf and trivializing serious issues, a marketing gimmick, as critics put it. Pepsi pulled the whole ad within a day. The fiasco underscored that narrative and authenticity matter. Half measures can backfire spectacularly. Mischief learned from such missteps. By contrast, Mischief's provocations always come with their own logic. As Weiner bluntly notes, many brands hook viewers with something empty, but he insists on creating a genuine object or a genuine story. Instead, every Mischief stunt is actually its own story. It's absurd, yes, but it means something. That integrity is why brands now line up to borrow their style. Even award-winning ad campaigns have stumbled on the line between bold and off-limits. Diesel's cheeky Be Stupid campaign, celebrating youthful recklessness, actually won top industry awards. But UK regulators banned it for encouraging antisocial behavior, which, to me, honestly makes no sense. The campaign's brash imagery showed that shock alone isn't enough. It must fit the brand's mission. Mischief avoids this pitfall by staying true to its identity. Their mischief isn't forced. It comes from a place of consistent, cynical humor, and that is precisely why their audience, and now savvy brands, trust them to deliver edgy ideas that still ring true. No strategy is flawless. Some observers wonder if Mischief's formula could eventually lose its zing. Some business outlets have warned that consumers may tire of endless hype. Shoppers are becoming weary of derivative drops and the hollow promise of goods that trade on engineered scarcity. If every launch is a gimmick, fans might start to see through it. Mischief will have to keep finding fresh ways to surprise. Authenticity is also on the line. When a subculture hero goes corporate, fans can react harshly. After fashion label Supreme was acquired by VF Corp in 2020, devoted followers famously griped, "Supreme is dead." They felt the underground magic had been sold out. Mischief's move into corporate work courts a similar risk. The collective insists that it's not selling out. Wiesner, Wagner, I don't know why I put this man's name in the script so much if I don't know how to pronounce it. However, you know who I'm talking about. It stresses that Applied is just a tool to selfishly fuel their creative ambitions. But ultimately, they'll have to prove that partnering with brands doesn't dilute their voice. On a broader level, this entire hype-driven model faces scrutiny. Scrutiny? Scrutiny. The New Guards Group collapse and Supreme's turbulence show that trying to monetize street cred at a scale is tricky. Mischief now faces its own test. Can a company built on disruptions keep its edge while providing structured marketing services? I don't know. The answer remains to be seen. What's clear is that Applied Mischief is betting the future on the idea that strategy and mischief can coexist. A gamble that might just pay off or might not. Mischief's transformation arrives during a major shift in marketing. Experts say the era of engineered hype and viral stunts is waning, and the new playbook is emerging. Today's most resonant brands speak a different language, one rooted in narrative, subcultural fluency, and creative specificity. In other words, the focus is shifting from broad, empty buzz to rich storytelling and niche culture building. Audiences increasingly crave community and meaning, not just the big drop. This trend mirrors what Mischief has been doing all along, albeit with a satirical twist. Folk knows that Mischief effectively operates at the opposite end of the spectrum to fast fashion hype, using satire and cultural performance to critique and thrive within the attention economy. Their big red boots, for example, were never about retail longevity, but by highlighting the absurdity of brand hype. Applied Mischief, then, can be seen as a part of the deep culture wave, applying that subversive creativity to build a real cultural ecosystem around brands, not just chasing fleeting virality. Mischief's own rise suggests that, in the new landscape, strategic creativity wins out over empty spectacle. For creators and brand builders, Mischief's journey offers clear lessons. First, always ground your campaign in authenticity and story. As Wiesner warns, audiences today reject fake narratives and demand genuine objects or a genuine story. A stunt without substance will eventually feel hollow. Second, use scarcity and disruption wisely. Mischief shows that a limited drop can ignite massive buzz, but only if the item has true intrigue and meaning behind it. Third, boldness should fit your identity. Disruptive ideas can cut through noise, but they must connect to what your brand really stands for. Mischief stunts work because they express genuine cynicism about consumer culture, not because someone abruptly decided to go viral. Fourth and final, focus on culture, not just commerce. The most compelling modern brands build communities and narratives. Rather than blasting one-off ads, engage your audience with stories, collaborations, and interactive experiences that resonate beyond the product. Finally, embrace risk, but be strategic. Mischief famously bet on wild ideas, from holy water sneakers to luxury sandals, yet each risk served a clear concept. The takeaway, dare to be creative, but always tie that creativity back to a coherent strategy and a receptive audience. So in conclusion, Applied Mischief exemplifies how a rebellious art collective can translate unconventional creativity into strategic advantage. By turning mischief into marketing muscle, they challenge brands to rethink how they engage culture. The Mischief story teaches that chaos can be methodically harnessed, with creativity, authenticity, and narrative at the core. Even the wildest ideas can find purpose. For any creator or brand builder, the message is clear. Embrace your inner mischief, but have a strategy behind it. In today's marketplace, the sharpest marketers will be those who combine bold imagination with genuine cultural insight. After all, if mischief can turn chaos into a blueprint for branding, there's a little mischief in all of us.
I mean, look at the company name, Mischief.
Mischief.